Hi veg lovers, welcome back to my little veg garden. We're in September now, so it feels quite autumnal already. Things are happening. I haven't been out here for a week or so, I've been away, so the garden's gone manic. There's everything growing everywhere, as in weeds. And also veg. The veg has come on leaps and bounds, what I've got in here. I mean, the idea was to do these videos for the year up until December, just to see what you can do in a little small garden. So some things I've learnt and I will do again. I think what I'll do is I'll share probably in December what I think has worked and what hasn't, and what I would do differently next year. But just for now, it's just a quick look round to see what is flourishing and what is now dying. In the middle of the garden, of course, is lily, probably the prettiest flower in the garden at the moment. Well, this is where I planted the Cavolo Nero, the kale, and obviously butterflies have been munching on this. You only have to be away for a few days for that to happen, but they're still holding their own. We've got new leaves coming in the middle, so they will grow, and I have got a couple more upstairs, little ones growing that I will plant up as well. Obviously we've got lots of little weeds cropping up everywhere, which I need to get rid of in the next few weeks. Mainly because obviously autumn is on its way and things are starting to die off. Now this wonderful tomato plant, bush, whatever you wish to call it, has done remarkably well. There's still absolutely loads of tomatoes to get off it. Now I just found this really odd, how this is supposed to have been the tumbling tom, which is actually had some really decent sized tomatoes, if this is the case, compared with the little hanging baskets that have done nothing at all. So I don't think I'll be growing tomatoes in the hanging baskets again. I'll have to put something else in that, like flowers or something simple. At the back of those we've got the leeks that are starting to grow now in between all this, so we've got the little leeks which will take us through to the winter. So it's nice to have some winter crops starting to come through now. I don't know how long these will continue for, but hopefully for a while yet, so I'll get all these tomatoes off it. Now a tomato over there and the cucumber, which I thought wouldn't do anything anyway, is, well, I'm not sure if he'd say that's doing anything. It's grown a bit, so that's something, and it has got miniature cucumbers on it, but whether they'll do anything now as we're in September the 9th or 9th or 10th, I doubt whether we'll get anything off that. But unless we have some nice warm weather, a warm autumn, but I think that's unlikely. And same with the tomatoes this side. We have got some wonderfully large tomatoes down here. These are the green zebra ones, and you can see they're lovely, beautiful. No, they're not ripe yet, so I'm trying to leave them on as long as possible. So we've got some of the smaller ones there, which I think I'll probably pinch out the top now because nothing else is going to grow at this time of year. But it'll be nice to get some of those. I mean, I can always take them in to continue their ripening, but it's much nicer if you can have them, you know, ripened on the vine. We've got the last of those golden beans. We've still got a few up here, so I'm going to be picking those shortly, and they'll go for dinner at this point sometime this week. Now these were the black beans. Now I remember I said to these are supposed to have been really tall and grown, supposed to have grown out up to 6 foot tall. They never did. They stayed at this height. They didn't do anything else. Now they've dried on the pods, so I probably just need to open them and see if there's anything inside that's been worth leaving them to dry to this extent. Well, the plums have now gone. They've had their day. There's a few rotten ones still left on there, but we did really well with the plums, and I've made some very nice chutneys with the plums and also the figs, because the figs did incredibly well, as they always do. And we've got now baby figs on, ready for next year. Now this is the chili, also was in the house, and obviously it had been attacked a little bit inside the house as well. But I bought that outside, again, a bit late, I should have bought it out earlier. But we have got, you know, chilies on this. And obviously the green, whether they'll go red, I really don't know. Because it all depends on the weather now as it's cooling down considerably and getting very wet. I did notice when I was here, I remember I originally planted a couple in this little cold frame. I never touched it. I haven't been in this cold frame for about 3 months, and I just noticed looking in there, you can see, there's actually a little pepper plant that's grown, amazingly. Again, it's unlikely to do anything now, but it's nice to see it did that. Again, some more green zebras over here. This one took a lot longer to take off than the others, but it has got, you know, so a couple of tomatoes on there. This one next to it has obviously got some bigger ones that are, well, I want them to ripen up, really. They're quite firm yet. So I will be leaving these on here for now. Probably need to take the tops off again because I won't be getting any more tomatoes. I wouldn't have thought on there at all. Never had any joy whatsoever with courgettes. They just stayed small, even though they were well watered and in a decent sized pot. They really did nothing. I think next year I need to try them in the ground. I think the pots just restrict them too much in their roots, so probably not. Now this is a bit of a mess over here. It really is cleaning up. We've got all sorts of things that have self-seeded, and the rhubarb has gone manic, considering it's its first year. I'm not supposed to pick any, just look at it. But we'll see. Now this was supposed to have been coralic, tomato coralic, and to be honest, it's been awful. Yeah, it's got lots of little tomatoes on it, but they're tiny. They're really tiny. And I don't think they're that nice either, so I certainly won't be growing that again. It looks more, to be honest, like a tumbling tom. I don't know what happened with that. The seeds I've had and I've planted that it says on the packets don't seem to be doing what they apparently should be, or what it says anyway. Now these here are, they're supposed to have been the kidney beans. I don't know what's in them. That it feels like maybe one or two in there. They're not very many in there. It hasn't really done a great deal. I don't know what to do with that at all. I might just leave that a little bit longer. I'll see what happens there. The apples, as you'll see on the photograph, I've picked the last of them. There is a couple left on those. I can't reach at the moment because of everything in the way. But I've had quite a lot, and they've been very large this year. The apples have been really, really large. I don't know what that was like. And they've also been eaten quite a bit, or and tried to eat. But that's all right. It's just surface. So I'll leave that a little bit longer and get that eventually. My raspberry bush didn't really do much this year at all. It's usually very prolific, but this year, nah, it's done nothing. This will be cut back shortly. It's got some new growth here as well, but I'll be cutting that back. I usually get raspberries in the summer and the autumn with this, but there's just odd ones here that have been on and a bit rotten now, so nothing much at all. Obviously the blueberries didn't, as I said, they've repotted and grown their own things. Now the big pumpkin I put at the back there, it sort of came all the way around here, and it came all the way down there, and it came all the way to the front here, and then it did exactly the same on the other side around there. And what did I get from that? Well, I have got one pumpkin, and here it is. So yeah, it'll be nice. I mean, it's not going to grow much bigger than that. It's not a big pumpkin, but at least I'll get something out of it. I thought I would have got a lot more than that, but that seems to be it. Over this side, obviously the herbs have done really well, as they do, and I haven't really, what I should have done is picked these. Look at those. I've got lots of, so I need to get a lot of this for drying for the winter, I think, as well. I've got lots of thyme there, all different descriptions of thyme. And I think it looks really lovely together, the variegated leaves. I've made it really quite a nice patch, this. So yeah, I'm looking forward to next year with these. I think they've done really, really well. even the chive, I thought I'd lost at the end. The garlic chive is coming into its own as well. Now the big bed, I mean, this has, I don't know if you saw the last video, you would have saw there's hardly anything in that, but now it's sort of sprung to life. We have, this is the celery. Let's see how this is doing. No, that's not doing bad at all, is it? That's really quite nice. Oops, let me hand out of the way. Oh, something that shouldn't be in there. Let's remove you. Well, some of them are, that's growing quite nice. So hopefully we'll have some decent celery off this. Looking at that, I'm really happy with that. Here I put beetroot. Those are growing okay at the moment. I could use the leaves as well as for salad, so I might do that. And here, I've got a bit of a mixture of things here that's taken over. These here are the little white, I think you can see how I can see down here, I don't think you can, but those are, what are they? They are the turnips, the white turnips. So, starting to get something. Won't be long before they're ready, actually. But entwined amongst those, as I was just messing, I suppose, I've got, I think there's only 2 here. A mixture of things. Look at the carrots. Considering I planted loads of carrots, some of them only just started to come through now here, as you can see, where some of the others are obviously planted before and come through. I was quite disappointed. I mean, I put a whole packet in because they weren't doing anything at all, but now they've started to come through, some of them. So, you know, I might get 2 batches of carrots out of this. Poor baby. Again, another courgette gone to the dust. Just can't seem to do them at all. Next to it, I just put in some rocket, which is doing nicely. This interspersed with some weeds, so I need to get those out. But that'll be nice. We'll have that there. And a bit moth-eaten, so to speak. Here are the pak choi. You know, they've been eaten with a few things, but some of them are fine, getting through. So I'm hoping that, oh, that is just soil, I think. But I'm hoping that we'll get some leaves of these. I mean, I could do pulling some out actually, so let some of them grow into full size, but I think I might just pick leaves off them. They've done okay. Over here I've still got spring onions growing amongst weeds, so I need to get rid of those. So I've got those that are really good. The chard is looking very nice for a change. It usually gets eaten to death, but what I've been doing is I've been picking off the leaves that have been eaten. So when you get these leaf miners that come and destroy your leaves, what I've been doing is just picking them off and putting them in the bin, and then that's stopped it spreading to the other leaves and kept healthy leaves. And also, of course, the stems are so beautiful. So again, that's nice to see that those have grown well. I didn't last year. I had no joy with them whatsoever, but now they are. Nothing in here yet. So I need to clean this out, put some more soil in there, some compost, and plant. I'll probably put some cabbages in there. I might put 3 spring cabbages in there that I've got growing upstairs. I'm just keeping them upstairs for as long as possible because we've still got the butterflies around. Now, I'm sure I put in here, what did I put in here? I've got a couple of things growing amongst the weeds. Let's get rid of the weeds. But those. Now, I think I put in here, I could be totally wrong. What did I put in there? It's difficult to see because it's such a long time since I put them in, and I put them in very quickly, so it's difficult to know what I put in there. The garden's filled with water now. I mean, the pond, as it was totally empty virtually because it was so dry. And obviously we've got the purple loosestrife is now dying off. The gunnera is starting to fade a little bit now as well. And this blueberry is okay. Hopefully next year perhaps we will get some more off it now I've repotted and done what I've done. In here there was just a little bit, just a couple of beetroots, and that was what I just left them there because they got destroyed really, but they're growing again. They came out. The lily here, wonderful lily, yes, you went and dug them up, didn't you? So they were lying on the path, all tiny, and I thought I'll put them back in. I don't know if they'll do anything, but they are. They've got new leaves coming, so it's amazing how indestructible some of these are. I'm not sure what I've got in this bed at the moment because all the flowers sort of died off and I was left with a lot of leaves. Now, I'm not sure if... Now, this is next year looking at here. Now, I could be wrong on this and you could correct me if I'm wrong, but they could either be foxgloves or they could be comfrey. And I'm quite happy for either. The comfrey would be great for the garden next year for watering and feeding the crops. And foxgloves I do love anyway, so either way I'm happy if that's the case for them. Not sure, but we'll see. The raspberries on here didn't do particularly well. They weren't cutting down and they just were little and didn't really do anything, so I need to cut them down. So the garden might look a little bit of a mess, but it's so green at the moment. And I'm really happy with it. There's still lots going on. I've still got, like I say, some spring cabbages to plant, another kale or two, and probably a few salad leaves. And then we'll be on then to October, where we'll pick the remainder of what was summer, grow on the winter, and then November we'll be getting ready again to put in garlic and onions in the beds again. So then it all sort of starts again. Well, thank you for watching, veg lovers. I hope you've liked this little tour of September in the garden, and what still is growing, and still some promise of other things to come. I could have done with, many more hours really in the garden to get it really nice, but most of us haven't got that much time to do that. I also have learned quite a lot of what to grow next year and what not to. So again, this is something I'll recap at the end of the year of what I think's worked and what hasn't. And obviously I want things that are going to be more prolific, that will bring us a lot more in the way of food, the house. I've tried all different things this year just to see what will grow and what won't. I think I'm getting a pretty good idea of what I can do and what I can't, or where I can put it. So hopefully I'll see you in October, and we'll see, as autumn is really underway, what happens in the garden. Thanks for watching. Bye.